Recent safety concerns, including house fires, have brought attention to abandoned structures in Cape Girardeau.
City leaders tell us the main problem with those buildings is out-of-state owners. Blake Showalter's live in Cape Girardeau with more details.
Jeff, officials say there are dozens of vacant houses here in Cape, leading to problems such as squatters, eyesores, and as you can see behind me here, dangerous fires. Now, they say their biggest problem when dealing with these vacant houses is out-of-state landlords.
Should not be able just to come in, bulldoze somebody's house down just because it looks bad.
Cape Girardeau Assistant City Manager Trevor Pulley says the city has a process they follow when handling vacant homes to ensure no one is being ripped from their property. He adds that the city will contact the owner in hopes of improving its condition. But if they don't hear back, the building will be put up for bid or demolished.
We re-inspect them, then we'll have a public hearing on that property with our public hearing officers, and then they'll give those interest party another up to 90 days to either repair or demolish.
I spoke with City of Cape Girardeau PD Lieutenant Bradley Smith, who says there are over 100 vacant properties in Cape. He says a major problem they are seeing with these properties is landlords living out of state.
We get a complaint for tall grass, weeds, a dilapidated house, vehicles in the property. We're trying to find, obviously, the property owner. When they live outside the state, it's hard to reach him.
Pulley says they have multiple vacant properties actively being dealt with.
We've got up to 5 right now that is getting ready to go out for bid in the next couple of weeks, probably this month. And we've just added 3 to the list because of 3 recent fires.
Pulley says they will demolish abandoned structures if they have to, but would rather see the building get revitalized.
When we tear a home down, we have a vacant lot. Well, that in turn, with that vacant lot, with that same problematic owner of that property, is going to go into nuisance. They're not going to mow it. It's going to be filled with trash. So anytime we can revitalize it with a new developer, or they do it, it brings more families into the city of Cape.
Now, I spoke to neighbors in the area that say they just want to see these houses gone. Pulley says they're trying their best to address as many of these houses as possible, but they can't be everywhere at the same time. So they tell me that if you do see a vacant house near you, please contact them immediately. Jeff, back to you.